Hi, I'm Carla. Welcome to Home-Style&Botanicals. In today's video, we're going to be restoring this Dutch oven cast iron pot. I am so very novice and new to this. I don't know what I'm doing. I found this particular pot at a yard sale for $15, and I decided to bring it home and try my best to refurbish it. I should have probably done my research before I even purchased it, because it is a lot that can go into restoring a pot like this, but it seems to be simple from the research that I did do online. So yeah, once I got it home, I did do a lot of research just to find out how much time and effort would go into refurbishing and restoring a pot like this. And we'll get into that a little bit more. But if this is the kind of video that you would like to see here on this channel, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and stay tuned. So what I learned on YouTube is that there are many different ways that you can refurbish a pot like this, or say a cast iron skillet or anything cast iron that has this kind of rust on it. I don't know the history of this pot at all, so I don't know how long it's been in this condition or what happened to the pot to get it in this condition. I just don't know anything about it because it was a yard sale find and I really like it. I don't necessarily know if I want to use it per se for cooking until after I see how it's refurbished. But for now, on side of it, I don't know if I'll be able to use it. I'm hoping that I can. But like I said, I don't have a lot of history about it. So I do know that this particular Dutch oven did not come with like handles. It does have pouring spouts, and it doesn't look like, maybe it might have had a handle before and someone may have removed it. So I'm not really even sure. I hope you can see that. Maybe I'll have it more in the sunlight so you can see it, but this is what it's looking like. Hopefully you can see that. And I don't even know who made it, but I do see here on the inside it says Taiwan, so I think this may be more of an Asian Dutch oven pot, cast iron pot. I'm going to do a little bit of research and hopefully I can scroll it on the screen about Asian cookware. This particular pot again was made in Taiwan because it has a stamp mark of Taiwan here on the inside of the top. For the purpose of my video in my pot, I'm going to use the vinegar and water method with steel wool, a Scotch Brite copper coated scouring scrubber. So the vinegar and water method is basically like half and half vinegar, half water. I will use, to neutralize after the vinegar, I will use baking soda. But again, there are various methods to restoring a pot like this. I know there is the electrolysis method, where acid is involved. Definitely I'm not going that route because I don't want to harm myself or anything else. And then there's also salt and potato method. Now the salt and potato method does appeal to me, and so if this method doesn't work, then I will move on to the salt and potato method. But for now, I do want to just try it with the vinegar and water and see where we go from there. I did create a short video on just spraying it on this side with a little bit of the vinegar and water to see how it would work. Of course, overnight it got a little bit rusted again, but I do like that it was beginning to remove the rust from the top. So yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. I'm going to pour vinegar and water into this pot here and let it soak and sit for 2 hours and come back and see where we are. So stay tuned. So let's just take a look at the pot in and of itself to see exactly what it looks like before we get started with the process. This is the top and this is the inside of the top, and there's just the stamp of where it was made. And this is actually really, really heavy and really, really hot because it's sitting in the sun. So we'll sit it there. And then this is the pot itself, what it looks like on the inside. Very, very rustic. Very, very neat. So let's flip it over and see what it looks like on the other side. Again, I made a mistake and spilled a little bit of vinegar when I did the top portion last night. So I guess it may have been sitting in vinegar overnight there. You see a little bit of oxidation going on with the bubbles there. So I'm looking forward because I'm excited. It looks like it might work because that was on here overnight. So we shall see. But if you know anything about cast iron will last a lifetime. It is a very great cookware. And one thing for sure that I know about cooking with cast iron pots or skillets is that they do transmit iron into your food source. So if you're low in iron and you're anemic, cast iron is very, very, very healthy to cook with. Cast iron has been tried and true to help you build up your blood and if you have any kind of anemia. So that's why they're popular to cook with. And then again, they last a lifetime and they do hold their value. I'm trying to score some really good finds here on this channel, so hopefully that's what I can do. And I only learned that since I purchased this pot and did my research on how to restore it, and learn just the wonderful history of cast iron and how valuable they are to our health. So we do have again the two pour spouts here. The handles, again, it didn't come with like a hanging handle. You know, sometimes you see a Dutch oven with hanging handles. If it came with it, I'm not sure what happened to it. So if you are not novice like me, not an amateur, and more professional and have a knowledge base of cast iron cookware, comment below and let us know in the comment section what you know about this kind of pot and what you think of it, and just overall, what do you think of it, me scoring it for 12 bucks? I think it was 12 or 15 bucks from the yard sale, because I picked up like other items from the yard sale, so I don't remember exactly how much I paid for it, but it was between $12 or $15. So yeah, it looks like here there's some other kind of stamp. So again, I'm just looking forward to unveiling and uncovering and unearthing unearthing what this stamping could say or mean. Let's see. What looks like it says Dutch oven something or another. I can't really recall it, but yeah, I think that's what it's saying. Not sure. Stay tuned, and I can almost guarantee you this is going to be probably 2 or 3 or 4 maybe videos. I know a lot of people do them in one video, but for me and with my time and just trying to really get it done, I don't think that I'm going to be able to like season it and all of that in this video. So this will definitely just be more of a cleaning for now, and then we'll go back and do the other steps later. Okay, so let's add the vinegar into this tub here. Very, very vinegary. Very vinegary. Oh my goodness. And we'll add our water to kind of... So we added water so the vinegar doesn't just like eat away at the material. And we're going to go ahead on and get this on in there. Okay, and you're supposed to let it soak for like 2 hours. So I may add a little more just so we can cover it up completely, and then I will also put the top in. But as you can see, little floaties already. Looks like rust. Rust is floating. Yeah, looks like rust is already beginning to float there. But it has to soak for like 2 hours. Maybe I'll put this on the ground because I think it should be leveled off enough to cover it up. Hold on one second. Okay, that was too heavy. That didn't work. So I'm leaving it on the table, and that way it'll spare my back. This is definitely not a teaching video. This video is more of a let's see what happens and learn together kind of a thing. So yeah, it's been about 20 minutes and this is what we're working with. Takes about 2 hours for of soaking the first time around, and then I guess you can soak again, but I'll come back when it's 2 hours later. Okay, so it's been a few hours later actually. It looks like I see something bubbling up over there. So it looks like the vinegar could be eating away at the rust. Not sure, but while we were on our 2-hour break, I did find out that this handle here is also an indicator that this particular pot is an Asian Dutch oven cast iron pot because of the way the handle is made. This is an indicator, not to mention that it is labeled that it was made in Taiwan. So this is what the inside is looking like there. Yeah, so let's kind of scrub it a little bit. So I'm gonna put on some gloves here and get to scrubbing. So this is what it's looking like. I don't think you can see that, but let's try to adjust the camera a little bit there. Just a little bit. So I'm gonna take a lot of elbow grease. I can see that here. So far, so good. It seems to want to re-rust really quickly. So I'm definitely gonna have to work really fast, but I think you can see that there is a line of demarcation from where I'm scrubbing. it seems to have taken off at least one layer of rust off of the pot, or off of the pot top is what I'm trying to say. And then here's the pot here still soaking, and then the baking soda just neutralizes it. Then you see a little bit of the bubbles happening there. I think that's to neutralize the oxidation process. I don't know. We don't want to give misinformation. We don't want to give misinformation, but I believe that's what is happening when we add the baking soda to the acidic nature of vinegar. It's going to bubble up, but we have to neutralize it so it doesn't continue to rust. The acid will continue to make it rust, and the baking soda will stop it from rusting over again. So far so good. What do you guys think? This is my first project like this. I hope I'm not making a mess. I've seen this done before, and it's not pretty when you have to like give it that elbow grease and really get in there and get to it. Not a pretty sight, but afterwards, we're hoping for the best. Yeah. So this is the first process of me removing the rust. As you can see, it's still some rust there. So I'm going to do it again, but I have to go ahead and oil it up to stop it from continuing to rust, because every time I get it to a certain point, it starts to re-rust because it was just so bad off. So it has to get some oil on it so it doesn't continue to re-rust. So it's the next day, and I ended up using oven cleaner on the top because I noticed after one cleaning it needed a little bit more cleaning. As you can see, it's kind of eating away at the rust there. So I did do my research, and oven cleaner is also something that you can use on, it's like a chemical that you can use on the cast iron. So yeah, let me show you the pot and what it's doing today. Last night I added a little bit of baking soda, so this is why you see it looking a little foamy here, but it looks like it helped remove a lot of the rust. This is what the water is looking like there. So I hope you can see that, and I hope that it didn't cause like a little hole in the plastic. I don't think it did, because it would more water would be out on the table. But anyway, or what is this, vinegar bath? So yeah, I'm super interested because this definitely sat overnight, way longer than the top did. And I probably should have left the top in there, but I didn't. So yeah, this is where we are with it. So if you can see here, I started scrubbing already, and it looks a whole lot better than over here. I'm trying to be patient and not get too frustrated because I really didn't want to use chemicals. I wanted to stay as chemical free as possible, but it is what it is. So the top is still over here sitting, and I probably will put it back into this bath at some point if I'm not achieving the results that I want to achieve. But yeah, so let's scrub a little bit on camera, because I definitely have to do this off camera because it is kind of a toughie. Yeah, and when I watched some of the videos, it said that I would get these results where it looked kind of like black there. So I hope you can see that. Just go around to this side here. Oh, wait, be still. Let's scrub a little bit here, real gentle. And I'm not using a lot of elbow grease, so I guess the longer I let it sit, the better, because it does seem to be coming right off. I'm not scrubbing like that top. I'm actually scrubbing, and that's probably because I didn't leave it in overnight like I did with this one. This has been in there over 24 hours. And I probably should, and I think that's what I'm going to do, is just let them sit a little longer. But I am going to do one scrub, one layer off, and then let it continue to sit. It's supposed to rain here in my neck of the woods. I'm in North Alabama, so I probably will take this into the garage and finish it in the garage, or maybe even on the patio or something like that, just so I don't so the water or the vinegar bath doesn't get rainwater in it. I need to go and pick up more vinegar from somewhere. Well, let's try to do some of this here on the bottom. It kind of does the cleaning itself if I just be patient and let it sit. What is that saying there? Some words. Dutch oven, Taiwan. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead on and finish scrubbing this first layer off, and I'm going to let the pot sit. I'm going to reintroduce the top back into the vinegar bath, but I'm going to rinse off the oven cleaner, and yeah, that I'll take it from there. That's what I'm gonna do. And this stuff here that's coming off is very gooky. Don't know what all of that is, but it's coming off, whatever it is. caked on, baked on stuff. It ain't a pretty sight, but it's coming off. So hopefully we can get this baby shining back up and make her look brand new. Sorry that the neighbor's dog is barking a little loudly today. It's now been 16 hours and this is what it's looking like. It's still bubbling and working out all of the rust. Okay, so here is the final outcome. And I think I might have mentioned that it had 2 pour spouts, but it only has 1. Here is the inside of the top. This is the back side of the pot here. Now the pot does not feel sticky at all, but the top actually feels a little sticky to me. I'm not sure if I did this project correctly, but I tried, and this is the outcome. I am not sure if I will use this pot to cook food in or make meals in until I can fully have it restored It looks good, but I think it still has work to be done. It was only seasoned one time. I did one round in the oven. Maybe I should season it again, definitely, to get the sticky part off of the top here. But yeah, this was a labor of love, you guys. I sweated dearly out here scrubbing. Don't know what I'm doing, but I tried my best. So that would be my little handy dandy sidekick who helped out too. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Tankersley. Thank you, girl. That's my girl. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Carla and Tankersley, Home-Style and Botanicals. And yeah, we will see you in our next video. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button and set your bell to all. Give us a thumbs up and give me some comments about what you think about my process and this project overall, and how I can make changes, or should I continue on to try to continue to refurbish it even more. It was really bad off with the rust, but again, I tried my best, and I am really happy with the first process and how it turned out. Maybe I can continue to work on it some more, but yeah, this was the